As men, we did everything right. We followed the script, handled our responsibilities, showed up for decades. So why does it feel like we're disappearing? Here's the thing. Somewhere around 40 or 50, a lot of us start feeling invisible. Like our voice doesn't carry the same weight, our contributions don't matter as much. It's a common experience, but that doesn't make it any easier to live with. It's not in your head, and it doesn't have to stay this way. Here are 7 common roadblocks that can quietly make us feel invisible. Once you start noticing them, you can start clearing them. Share what resonates in the comments. 1. Treating yourself like a finished product. If you've quietly concluded that who you are at 50 is who you'll be at 70, that fundamental change isn't really possible anymore, you've hit the first roadblock. When you treat yourself as a fixed final draft, you stop being curious about who you could become. Every new experience gets filtered through, this is just who I am, instead of, what could this teach me? The world keeps evolving while you're standing still, and that gap only widens. Here's how to clear it. Start treating every day like it's still writing your story. You don't need a dramatic reinvention, just one area where you're willing to be a beginner again. Ask yourself, what's one assumption about myself I could challenge this month? What's one thing I've written off as not for someone like me that I'm actually curious about? Men who stay relevant understand you're not a finished product at 50 any more than you were at 30. The story isn't finished being written until you're dead. Every day before that is still a blank page. 2. Measuring yourself against the wrong competition. If you keep looking at 25-year-olds and thinking you're supposed to keep up with their pace, their bodies, their energy, their fluency with technology, every comparison is going to make you feel obsolete. But they're not your competition. They're playing a completely different game. You already proved you could hustle. That race is over. Here's how to clear it. Stop asking, can I keep up? And start asking, what do I bring that they can't? Your value now is depth, the clarity from decades of pattern recognition, the discernment you've earned through countless decisions, the steadiness that comes from weathering real storms. Focus on developing the things that only get better with age. Judgment, perspective, the ability to see patterns others miss. Your relevance isn't about keeping up. It's about bringing something to the table that younger men can't. Not because they're inferior, but because they haven't lived long enough to develop it yet. 3. Seeing all meaningful effort as, quote, work. If you spent 30 years showing up to a job that drained you, the idea of committing to anything new might feel like volunteering to go back to the daily grind. You've unconsciously equated any serious pursuit with obligation and servitude. And for many men, effort has only ever meant obligation. So freedom looks like absence, an empty calendar, no commitments. But for many, that absence slowly becomes the void where meaning used to live. Here's how to clear it. Redefine what structure means. The difference isn't between effort and no effort. It's between imposed structure and chosen structure, between building someone else's dream and building your own. Start small. Pick one thing you want to learn or build just because you want to, not because anyone expects it. Notice the difference between I have to show up and I want to show up. Men who stay relevant learn that structure isn't the enemy. Imposed structure is. The solution is choosing challenges that matter to you, not avoiding challenge altogether. 4. Waiting for someone to tell you what to do next. For decades, the script was clear. Go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, provide. Even though parts of it were hard, at least you knew what you were supposed to be doing. But now the script has run out. The kids are grown, the career has ended or plateaued, and if you're waiting for someone to hand you the sequel, no one's coming. Here's how to clear it. Develop the capacity for internal navigation. Start by asking, what matters to me when no one's asking me for anything? What would I choose if no one was watching? Part of what made you successful in the first phase was following instructions. What makes you relevant in the second phase is learning to create your own direction. The empty space isn't the crisis. It's the invitation to finally build something that's yours instead of maintaining something that was assigned to you. 5. Confusing busyness with real impact. For decades, your worth was measured by how busy you were. A full calendar meant important. Being needed meant you mattered. So when your schedule empties out, it can feel like proof that you're becoming irrelevant. But busyness was often just about feeling justified to exist. Now that external demands have decreased, you might find yourself manufacturing urgency just to avoid the question, what matters to you when no one's asking you for anything? Here's how to clear it. Shift how you measure, not by how full your calendar is, but by how aligned your activities are with what you actually value. Not by how many people need you, but by whether you're contributing something real when you show up. Try this. Look at your last week. How much of what you did was chosen versus accepted out of obligation? Your calendar doesn't need to be full for your life to matter, but your days do need to reflect choices you've made rather than just obligations you've accepted. 6. Speaking in memories instead of ideas. If every story you tell is from 20 or 30 years ago, if every conversation loops back to back when I was whatever, you might think you're sharing experience, but what you're signaling is that your best thinking is behind you. Men who stay relevant don't stop having memories, but they balance nostalgia with engagement in the present. They're still forming opinions about what's happening now. They're still observing, learning, reacting to the world as it currently exists. Here's how to clear it. Make it a practice to engage with something current every week. Read about a development in your field that happened in the last year. Form an opinion about a recent cultural shift. Have a conversation where you don't reference your past achievements once. The test is simple. Can you share an insight about something current? Can you engage with ideas that emerged after you hit your career peak? The past earned you the right to be here, but it's the present that determines whether you're still contributing something worth hearing. 7. Mistaking numbness for peace. For some men, the grind has eased. The career pressure has lifted, the kids are grown, the bills feel more manageable, and for the first time in decades, they're not constantly stressed or overwhelmed. You tell yourself, this is peace. This calm, this lack of urgency, this is the reward for surviving 30 years of pressure. But if you don't actually feel peaceful, if you feel nothing, not contentment, not satisfaction, not joy, just flat, then something's off. You've confused the relief of not being overwhelmed with the presence of fulfillment. You've mistaken the absence of pain for the presence of meaning. Here's how to clear it. Deliberately choose engagement, not piling on stress, not chasing chaos, just picking something that matters enough to stir you again. A project, a social connection, a challenge that feels a little risky because it asks more of you. Real peace has energy in it. It has contentment, gratitude, engagement. Men who stay relevant understand that lowering stress is important, but it's not the end goal. The goal is building a life that generates genuine satisfaction, not just eliminates suffering. The presence of meaning comes back when you allow yourself to care enough about something deeply enough that it carries stakes. If this was helpful, I'd appreciate it if you'd support the channel by liking the video or sharing it with someone else who needs to hear the message. And if you're a guy over 40 trying to live a better second chapter, please consider subscribing. Have a good day.